You look amazing today, and because of that, I'm going to give you a free lesson from my hi-hat creativity course that can only be found on my online drum school, DBO Academy. So let's jump into it. So if you aren't familiar with what trap music is, it's essentially hip-hop style beats, but with crazy sporadic hi-hat patterns. So what makes the hi-hat so crazy and sporadic? It's that the subdivisions are changing constantly. You can have 3 different subdivisions of your hi-hat within one measure of a beat. So a trap groove could consist of 8th notes, 16th notes, 8th note triplets, 32nd notes, like all crammed in together in one really unique, cool sounding groove. And this is really exciting because there's basically an entire genre of music that is dedicated to hi-hat subdivisions changing. Crazy. So let's pull up a couple trap beat examples. We've got something like this, which is pretty cool. Something like this, or something like this. So as you can tell, the hi-hats are constantly changing within every one of these grooves. Now, I love playing trap beats on the drums, and I found that there are 3 keys to playing effective trap beats. So key number 1 is almost every trap beat is a halftime beat. So this simply means that you are putting your snare drum on beat 3. So let's start off with a baseline halftime groove that we will continue to build off of and eventually turn into a full trap beat. So again, snare will be on beat 3, and we'll just start off with simple quarter notes on the hi-hat and a simple kick drum pattern. Check it out. Now that we have our basic beat, it's time to start adding some variations to make this sound like a trap beat. So let's talk about key number 2, and that is adding faster subdivisions right before a snare hit. So a way that we can do this is simply by raising the subdivision right before the snare drum, and the way I want to apply that is on beat number 2, playing 4 16th notes. So that 2E anda is gonna be like a ramp that leads into that big snare drum hit. Even just by adding this, the beat already starts to feel more unique and it just sounds cooler. So let's check out what it sounds like. Now, a trap beat is generally longer than just a 1 measure beat. It's not just the same beat repeated every single measure. Maybe they repeat every 2 measures or every 4 measures. So what we should do right away is add a brand new measure to this beat. But what I want to do is make the pattern feel a little more broken up. So instead of that 2E and those 4 16th notes, I want to just have it be 3 16th notes and have it feel less traditional and have it not start on the downbeat of 2. So I'm going to add it on the of beat 1 and just have it be 3 16th notes. Then on beat 3, I'm going to add some 8th notes to just add another subdivision. So now we will have quarter notes, 16th notes, and 8th notes playing together in a 2 measure beat that sounds like this. Now the next key is the absolute most important one to develop your trap beats. But honestly, at this point, we are just scratching the surface on what is possible on your hi-hat. And that's why in my full courses, Hi-Hat Creativity Level 1 and 2, we help you take your overall creativity on the kit to the next level by using the hi-hat. When you join DBO Academy, you'll get access to both of these courses, plus hundreds of lessons with new ones being released every single week, access to our amazing community, and live lessons with me. And on top of all of this, you will get access to the DBO drumming path that will help you make constant progress and level up your drumming. Click right up here to get started, and I will see you there. But now, let's jump into key number 3. Now that we've added 3 subdivisions on the hi-hat, it's time to learn about key number 3, and that is always add triplets. So when it comes to trap beats, I really like throwing in triplets at the very end of the measure before the beat starts to repeat. So in this case, that would be at the end of measure 2. So everything else is gonna be played the same, but On beat number 4 of measure 2, we're just gonna have 3 triplet notes. Now we can combine this whole beat together with all the subdivisions and see how it's really transformed into a cool trap beat. Check it out. Now, one last bonus tip is something that I really like to do is accentuate the changing subdivisions by playing different parts of the kit. For example, maybe I'll play the triplets on the floor tom or 16th notes on the stack. It really kind of adds to this sporadic and broken up feel of trap music, which I really like. So let's just explore around with that a little bit. Now, you can make these trap beats as simple or as complex as you want, right? You can mix as many subdivisions as you want, or maybe you just want to mix in 1 or 2. For example, with this groove, you could replace the 16th notes that we added for 32nd notes, and then maybe instead of 8th note triplets, you could add in a 16th note triplet rudiment. There's a world of possibilities specifically for the hi-hat. So to get instant access to this full course, click right up here to join DBO Academy, or click here to check out our last hi-hat creativity lesson. I'll see you there. Stay true.